to Saturday morning cartoons with Pops. That's right, Popspective, X-Men animated series every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Batman animated series 9:30 in the morning Eastern time. That's right. We're on episode 7. It's never too late. So we have had an incredible journey so far to kick off the season in the series in 1992 into 1993. And the fact that we have not gotten to the biggest of villains, right? So we haven't gotten to Joker, Penguin, Riddler, even Two-Face, even though Harvey has a brief scene in one of them. And here we have the perfect example of why Batman fans, especially from like the 80s and 90s, are so enriched and committed to these storylines, because this is the real Batman. This is Batman on the streets dealing with gangsters, mobsters, and then also trying to do the right thing, right? Yes, I know the ends justify the means with Batman. He'll torture somebody to get the information and things like that. But here you have literally the Gotham is riddled in the middle of a conflict between two crime bosses, right? The younger one, ambitious Rupert Thorne, and Arnold Stromwell, who's dealing with crisis anyway because his son is missing, right? But you have this big conflict, and Batman disguises himself as a drunkard in this place where they're going to meet. They're going to be a sit down. They've ordered a sit down, right? And what we know is that Thorne is going to set Stromwell up and kill him, right? And that's kind of what plays out. Of course, Batman was disguised, Bruce was disguised as the hobo and then saves him. But the building explodes, a bomb goes off. But they listen to a guy who saw Batman running on a roof, right, to save him and do the right thing. And there was a quick little scene earlier on where Batman shows up to a priest and says, Father, I'm going to need you there. I'm going to need you to do it. You're going to have to be there and save a soul, right? So when we pick up the Stromwell story with Batman, and there's some conflict, there's some back and forth. And you even have Stromwell trying to turn on Batman because he's, they don't know any better. He takes him to this clinic because he's talking about the drugs and the drug war. It's time for you to turn over a new leaf. You're going to have to save Gotham by turning over information. We got to stop the drug situation. It's out of control. Too many people are being devastated by this. And then takes him to a clinic, and sure enough, that's the missing son, right? And Stromwell's in denial. And obviously, I mentioned there was conflict with Batman before. Thorne's group finally catches up with them, and there's this attack scene. And you get a flashback early in the episode about this incident that happened when Stromwell was a boy. Arnie was a boy with his friend, Michael. And it was a train incident, right? And it looks as though Arnie's going to get hit by a train, and then Michael comes to save him, and then the train goes to, you think the train kills him, right? He's dealing with this PTSD. And there's a cut to that scene. There's a cut again to that scene. And when the priest shows up, because that's where Arnie has escaped to, he ends up in like a train yard. The priest is actually Michael. Michael is actually the brother. And the brother saved Arnie from getting hit by that second train because they're jumping back and forth. Arnie got stuck. And I tell you, it is so powerful to see Batman's role in reconciliation. A good filler sort of backstory role is like, okay, sure, we learn about Gotham, we learn about the gang war and the crime and the drugs and all that, and what Batman's kind of facing. But what do we also learn about Batman? We learn that Batman, at the end of the day, cares about people and has hope. He knows that if he can try everything he's got, he's done the research. He's the detective, right? So he knows where the son is. He knows the backstory. He knows the priest, and he presents the best case that he can to make an intervention in this basically cartel leader's life to say, listen, you can turn a corner here. You can turn over a new leaf. You can make a change, and that's kind of how this plays out. Hence the name. It's never too late. It's never too late for redemption, for reconciliation, to heal old wounds, to do what is right. And I think this is a principle that is in the Batman lore that comes out in the animated series so perfectly. Everything, of course, is on note here with the music, the editing, the sound, the voices. Just everything is perfect. I don't know what people would want to criticize with this show. This show is just, it's just perfect. It really, really is. So there's of course a lot of elements here that are kind of paying tribute to sort of a bigger picture with parallels to like It's a Wonderful Life, right? You have sort of parallels to even like Angels with Dirty Faces, right? So a gangster and a priest thing, right? So you have a lot of things that are pulled in by the staff to create this story. It's not just something that was, thrown out there, and it's not some filler episode that didn't get some attention or have purpose. It shows this other side of Batman. Sure, we saw him dangling the guy in the Batwing, just hanging there, torturing him to get his information before dropping him into a swimming pool. But here we see, I'm going to go through the best I can to reform this mobster and make him listen to me. I'm going to save him on multiple occasions to try to make this happen. It is such a great episode. I hope you have an appreciation for this like I do. And if you don't, that's fine. Let me know. But we all know the characters that are coming. We all know the villains that are coming. We know, but an episode like this sort of kind of gets lost in the shuffle. And I tell you what, I was able to take a pause and really soak it up and enjoy it. That's why I did a standalone video on just this one. I loved it. Thank you so much for Kevin Conroy being who you were. Man, R.I.P. Just a creative team, just knocking it out of the park. That's for sure. So anyway, that's my take on this. Hopefully you want to check back every Saturday morning cartoons is right. Let's do it again next weekend. We'll have another X-Men, another Batman, and keep on churning along through these amazing series, or basically like 30 years, getting ready to be 31 years later. It's truly a great time, and I hope you're enjoying it. Thanks so much. I am Pops. Thank you.